Hey folks, welcome to a long delayed another episode of the Tormenta construction. My name's Sunny and I'm an FAA certified drone pilot that likes to fly around roller coasters and other construction. So, sorry for the delay. It's been a month. Been busy with a lot of things. I've been getting out there anyways, and we've still been getting footage. This here is from, believe it or not, January 4th. So we are, 3 weeks late on this footage. But just quickly running through some of these things here. Yeah, you can see they started to put the implement in here on January 4th. I thought it was interesting that piece right there, though. They have 3 very large supports on that piece, and I was like, that's really, really big for something so little to the ground. And it kind of makes sense that piece is where all the G forces are going to get for the coming out of the emblem. So it makes sense why it had to support so much. Still a lot of footers there on January 4th that were required. They had started forming up the maintenance house there, it looks like. But there was still quite a bit of footers for the loop and the block brake that were required. It's going to be interesting to see how the order they put this in. Also up here you can see the new restaurant. It looks like the foundation's being dug out, and it's very extensive. I think they come back a week later and fill it all in. But they were digging out quite a bit. And you'll see some footers up there here in a second. Also thought it was interesting that they had drained all the water from the log ride, the Flume 2 from El Acerado. Which I think they needed to drain that to get to the that 1 footer that they had not formed up yet. We'll see more of that here in a second, though. Here you see a couple guys in the bucket, and they're waiting for a piece to come in from the crane. So they were tied on, and it was kind of fun. I was a long way away here, so I'm sure they didn't even know they were being recorded. But yeah, they're waiting for a piece of the stairs there, the support, and they're little pieces, but I couldn't wait forever. So here you can see that the top of Tormenta did not have the hand railing in yet, and then there were some pieces of the stairs that weren't complete. So it's quite a bit of work, actually. I know we don't really notice that stuff as much as we do the track, but there's a lot of pieces that go into the stairs and to go into the hand railing. Here you see the yellow bucket coming up with some people that were going to take a look at the top there, and you'll see that they're working on the stairs here in a second. It's kind of fun actually getting to see some work happening on when I was out there flying. Park's not open here. Typically I don't stay around, I'm probably over the lake right now. I'm not even that close. For those that don't know drones very well, drones in this space are not your home average drones. These are the kind that are connecting to satellites that you can do nothing and they will come home. They are controlled by GPS satellites, so it's very safe to be operating. I'm probably close to Titan here, and it's good to get a good view of the construction worker here who had to shimmy down the lift hill. For those that don't know, iron workers, they have to be attached in 2 places at all times. So he's attaching one, and he'll move and attach himself to another spot. But yeah, I know that sounds crazy, like it's got to be a terrible job shimmying down a roller coaster hill, but I don't know, I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. I'm crazy like that, though. But yeah, he's got his tools. He's got 2 different attachments there. He's about to hook up the second one. This way he's, and you keep 2, so you can always attach 1 and then move the other one. And he's waiting for a piece of the support for the stairs, which finally arrived. and he's trying to grab the guide wire or lead rope, depending on what you call it. Guy wire, lead rope. Just shows you how well that the computer designs do for these roller coasters. That these guys have no problems just putting the pieces together because they know they're just going to fit perfectly. There's no measuring or anything. The pieces have been cut and drilled and everything before they even arrive on site. The level of detail, it's just amazing, really. This is running at probably 4x speed right now to give you an idea of. You can't sit there all day and watch it as much as I'd love to. And the drone battery does a good job. It's like a 35-minute drone battery, but you still gotta. And usually I carry 3 of them with me, so every time I'm out there, it's an hour and a half of footage to edit down to a reasonable amount of footage. So jumping forward here. This is a week later. I believe it's on the 11th. And on Sunday, the 11th, there was no work happening. But it was a very pretty day. The red just shines so well there on that morning sun. You see a little bit more of the Immelman has been built up. The back supports there. They still have a lot more supports to go, but it's a good place to check it. And here you can see the stairs are all complete now, and the hand railings are all complete for the lift. Try to get a good view of what it's going to look like when you get to the top. Yeah, right there. It's a good shot. If you wanted to print out one, that's the look right there, I think. It'd be cool to get that shot with the actual car going over the edge. I thought it was also interesting that you see that the drop is going to go under the supports for the Immelman too. I don't think I'd noticed that originally. By this point, you see most of the foundations are pretty close to done by this point. I think they had a few, but I know by the 18th, pretty much all of them were done. But you see the forms there, a couple more still. But there's the fun one that was always in the water. They've started to dig it out. They've drained all the water around it, and apparently it was leaking water, I think, from the Flume 2. And then once they drained Flume 2, they were able to work on it. But yeah, I mean, it is what you would expect, right? They got some more of the Immelman in, finished the stairs and the hand railings. Probably a lot of work to do that. I'm interested to see how much more they keep the big crane around. They needed the big crane for the Immelman. They probably need it for the loop, but I don't even know if it can get there. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. But you can see 2 more supports down, or 2 more footers for the Immelman down there as well. Also, it's to note there, the drop at the bottom of the drop coming off of the block brake is in underneath the tower. Here's like the last couple of the last footers that have to go in, which I think got done by the 18th. You'll see that here in a second, though. Here you see the some footers and things that were put in, or they dug out. I'm not sure. It looks like they put those in for the restaurant. And there's our favorite support. It's still not formed up, but it gets done pretty quickly here. Station work, obviously, you get the base for the concrete that's got to be poured there for the upper level. But yeah, station work's continuing. Kind of not much to that, though. For those fascinated with construction like me, I think it's interesting to note that they don't have the concrete for the actual lower level in either. So will they pour it all the same day? Probably. Who knows? It's also good to see they're not taking out the fountains for the Conquistador, the old Conquistador. I'm looking forward to see what they do with that area, but they're obviously going to repurpose it. And there's the drop into the vertical loop, which will be kind of a sideways entrance. It's not a completely perfectly vertical loop. But yeah, so there's your... Also, I should note, by the way, that I have had my first interaction with Six Flags security on this day. I told him to go check out the channel. It was very nice. But I wasn't on Six Flags property. And technically, I have as much rights to fly over the property as a helicopter does. Yeah, I'm following FAA regulations. Six Flags does not own the airspace. It's not a no-fly zone. So I was polite and informed him of the regulations. If Six Flags doesn't want the free marketing, then shame on them. At this point, it looks like they might need it, but Mr. Siebert does a great job of promoting the channel, so promoting his channel. I don't even know if he knows about this one. Who knows? Anyway, moving on to the 18th now. As you can tell, they were. I think the very next day they put the top on. I think it was on the 19th that they finished it off, which is a bunch of pieces. All the supports were in. Everything was done. They just didn't put the top on, and I missed it by a day. So that was a little disappointing that I didn't get out there until I still haven't been out there to see it completed yet either. Because right after this is when the crazy storm hit. But they got it on the 19th. So that was 10 days ago they put the top on. No concrete poured in there yet, but it looks like they got more of the... or it's ready to go. And here you got the maintenance house, which is getting closer and closer to a foundation. If you think about it, you don't have a lot of time. You got 2 months, I think. In February and March. I don't know if this is going to open in April. Looking at how much more they have left to do in testing, and they still got a lot of electrical to do. They haven't put the chain on, and they only have... I see this taking all of April personally. I know there's some ERTs scheduled and things with like coaster events, CoasterCon or whatever it is, that's scheduled in May. Probably be okay in May, but I still see this taking 3 more months. And it's just mostly it's not the track work. The track work will go fast. All the foundations are in, look great. That's all going to go quick, right? The actual steel erection should go pretty quick. I'm concerned more around electrical station, queue lines, the finishing details. As you can tell, though, it's kind of crazy to see all that concrete, all those footers down there. Hopefully that they put that the drop piece at the bottom of the block break drop in now. Kind of interested in see the order they do things, and will they do the loop next, or will they start with the block break next? Think about that too. The block break itself is going to take quite a while, just because you got electrical there and you have quite a few things that have to go on in the block break section. Hydraulic, pneumatics, air, sensors, electrical, stairs, access to that sort of thing. Yeah, that's a lot of work. So it's not a week's worth of work, and supposedly only 8 weeks left. Not to mention the train too. You see the tracks right here, and they still have large bridges built over the existing train tracks. I would imagine the train tracks are going to go right under that drop right there from the coming out of the Immelman. Gorgeous view here, halfway down. You can see that it just looks like a giant loop, a 300-foot loop almost. I know it's because of the way that the drop, 95 degrees. It's really something to see in person. I mean, I'm doing this drone video here, which makes it look small. When you're standing next to this thing, it's like nothing else. I've ridden Top Thrill, I've ridden Millennium Force, I've been next to Fury. It wasn't running the day I was there, but it's amazing. I think this is going to be unique from a Giga perspective too, because it's a Giga that has obviously inversions, but also the 95-degree drop on a Giga. I know it's 285, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, you add that extra 20 feet to make it over 300 feet, and you're adding so much more energy that you're going to have to increase the length of the coaster by a good 500, 700 feet. It'd probably be a 5,000 foot coaster if you went over a 300 foot drop. Or the block brakes will just frick kill you from bleeding off energy. No one wants that. Yeah, so here's the, taking a look on the 18th. Not a lot to this, though. Still a lot of pieces over there in the staging yard. They still got a lot to do. A lot less than it used to be, though. It's looking good. So we'll start a little fly around here to end this week, and I'll be out there this Sunday. I didn't get out there last week, obviously. DFW was kind of a ice skating rink on Sunday last week, and travel was pretty much non-existent last Sunday. It would have been amazing to go see. I think we were under temperature for a drone flight. I think the drone is only rated down to 22-ish degrees. So probably would not have been recommended to fly in the weather we had last Sunday. Not to mention, I probably wouldn't have made it there. So I'm 30 minutes from the park anyways. And 30 minutes from the park on a no traffic day. I probably would have taken 2 or 3 hours to get there in the ice, and I doubt I would have made it. So, yeah, we'll wrap this up for this week. It's looking pretty neat. I'm looking forward to seeing how fast this goes up. I think it's going to start really accelerating now. So have a good week, and I'll see everyone soon. Hopefully I promise I'll have another video out faster this time. I'll try to get another one out this Sunday.